What is up, Bearded Nation? This is Alec from Bearded Collectibles coming to you with something a little bit different, something exciting, something I've been wanting to do a box opening on, some Star Wars Destiny. In front of me, I have the Kylo Ren starter deck. Across from myself, I have James, who's a local, who's kind of a scrub, but we still love him here at the shop. This game has actually taken off when nobody expected that it would. James, what do you think so far, and what are you excited about pulling from the starter deck? I know you've played the game for a while. As somebody who hasn't played the game, just getting into it, what can you expect from the starter deck?
So in the starter decks, normal decks are 30 cards, but in the starter decks you get 20 cards. But all of the cards are extremely playable. Like there are some just insane one-ofs in the starter decks that you actually need to play like a real deck. You get in this one, in the Kylo deck, you get a card called Mind Probe, and it's actually just one of the best cards in the set for the blue. There's a couple other cards, Force Throw and Lightsaber, which is just, again, an insane card, and the star decks are really worth what you pay for them. They're not that expensive. It's a pretty good deal, and like I said, you need them to play a real deck.
Cool. So we're going to go ahead and go into this box opening. These can be found at beardedcollectibles.com. The link is in the description down below. But let's go ahead, open up with some Puerto Rican knife action here. Ding, 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 ding. Actually got it from another YouTube person. Sick. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I've been having these for a while, and I was waiting for James to come on down and good lord, how many dice are in here?
So there are the 20 cards, like I said, but you have a die for every. Pull that off.
Pull this.
There's certain cards, so all your characters have dice, and then in the corner here, you have a 10 and a 13. So for your deck, basically, you can have 2 people or 3, depending on what you're playing it at. So for Kylo Ren, you can play him at 2 different values. Your teams are 30 points, so he has a 10 and a 13 value. So if you want to use 1 die for him, you play him at 10. If you want to use 2 dice, he costs 13.
So what are you pointing at? Here, let me zoom in on next.
Right here in this corner.
I'm going to zoom in on that. Oh, too much. Come on now.
So every character right here in the bottom left corner has 2-point values, which you can play them at, except for maybe one.
Apologies, trying to focus.
Stormtrooper is just one.
That did not work. All right, we won't try to focus on that. Back out.
So there's that. All characters have dice, and all upgrade cards have dice.
Yeah. So all these dice. So one of the things I didn't know is that I thought it just came with 3 dice.
Nope.
This comes with 9 dice.
So these are your upgrades right here in the blue.
Okay.
This is a blaster. This will also be an upgrade. This is a ship. Ships are counted as other characters, but you don't start with them in play.
Okay.
You play it, and then you get a die for it, and it becomes like another attacker or another way to gain resources.
Sure.
Or so on and so forth.
So let's see what else comes in here. So this is just a card list. You get a card list of the Awakening. You get some, I'm assuming...
So these are the damage tokens.
Okay.
These are your resources, the yellow. And then the Jango Fett or the Mandalorian helmets, whatever you want to call them. They are your shields. Characters can get shields, which are temporary hit points.
Okay. And then this is just this basic rule book, right?
Yeah. Gives you a rough rundown of the game. Lets you know all the actions you can take. There's also, in every one of the starters, comes with a reference card. Lets you know what your actions can be for the turn.
Is that the reference card?
Right there.
Okay.
Lets you know dice symbols.
Well, let's go ahead and open this up.
Let me put this on silent real quick.
Yeah. I don't have any nails. All right.
That's actually the worst part of the starters, is opening those packs.
Is
I'm
it?
not kidding. It was so hard to open my Kylo pack.
Good lord. Like, you would think like there'd be like some...
Like a bubblegum pull thing, like normal card game.
Alright, I'm sick and tired of that. Yeah. There we go. So, yeah, something. Yeah. No, it broke off. Alright, we're good. We good. Or not. Oh, Lord. Jeez, how difficult is this?
I told you, it's the hardest part of the game.
All right.
The hardest part of the game is opening your starters.
Oh, interesting. So, cards feel flimsy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So they're very light. They're very flimsy.
Because coming from
it's solid card stock. I've never had anything come out of the packs played, and I've never had anything like become damaged.
Okay,
and I like to like riffle shuffle and hand shuffle my cards.
But compared to for example, the Final Fantasy card stock,
yes, they're very. Final Fantasy spoiled us. Let's be realistic.
Yes, they did. Okay.
Very generic back on the cards.
I mean, that's just
says Star Wars, but it doesn't matter because you sleeve them up usually anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is the action. So play a card from hand. Oh, well, I'll read it. Play a card from hand. Activate a character. Resolve your dice. Discard a card to re-roll your dice. Use card action. Claim the battlefield. Has all these symbols. Interesting. So what's the most expensive card out of the Kylo Ren?
Out of the Kylo Ren, let me see. I believe it is Mind Probe. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's definitely Mind Probe, and this is an upgrade. So basically, you start with Kylo Ren in play, and then for 4 resources, you can play this card. There are some cards that'll make it cost less. So when you play it, basically you put it behind your character, and then you add the die. So here, let's pop that out real quick.
Which die is it?
So
this one?
So that's Kylo Ren, and then that one. So basically, when you play your card, you put the die on top of it to let your opponent know that it hasn't been used yet.
Goodness. Nothing in
everything's
this
really hard to get out.
Yeah, nothing in this is easy to pop out.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Without slamming this on the table. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so not that one.
I believe in you.
I know, I believe in myself
Use the
too.
Force.
I'm trying.
All right, so normally when you have your character, you start like this. If you were to activate them, you roll the die, and that's what you have for your turn. So you place it in front of your character. You can choose to resolve the die. He'll get 1 shield.
Okay.
If you play an upgrade on that character before you activate them, you take both dice and you roll that when you activate the character. And then you have both of those for that character.
What's interesting, though, is that these dice definitely feel bigger than the Chessex, 16 millimeter?
Yeah. There's some big dice. They're definitely, I don't know, they worry me a little bit. I haven't really had a problem
with the pictures.
Anybody having loaded dice or anything, but they feel really light, like they're weighted weird.
Is this just Is this just like a picture just on there, or is it?
They're printed on there.
They're printed.
They're not stickers.
So that's what. So it can't come off.
Right.
It can rub off.
It can rub off eventually. It'd probably take a lot to do. I haven't seen that happen yet. But
interesting.
It could probably happen.
So guys, this is the Kylo Ren starter deck. You can find these at Bearded Collectibles. Order them since they're so hard to get right now. Just keep an eye out for the availability. But James, I appreciate you stopping by to talk about this the starter deck. Again, this is Alec from Bearded Collectibles signing out.